Come a bit closer. I'm not sure how loud these speakers are, so yeah, if everyone wants to come a bit closer, that would be amazing. So spread out. And yeah, I want to be honest with you, I'm feeling a little bit tired today. My husband Wayne brought home a little beagle puppy recently, and he's been keeping me awake, so yeah, I'm a little bit tired today. But James, the puppy, was rescued from Ridgeland Farms a few weeks ago, and now he's living with us and loves to cuddle, loves to lick our faces, and especially at 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, I'm quite tired, but I'm really, really grateful to see everyone here today. And today is the time to celebrate wins, to remember the animals that are still trapped in cages, and to remind ourselves that change is possible and we need to act. And no matter how big or small, every single act that we make matters. When I was 10 years old, I remember walking through my hometown and I saw a sticker on a lamppost, and the sticker showed a dog that was restrained and being tested on for animal experiments. And I felt this deep sense of injustice. I found out that these stickers were stuck all over my hometown of Harrogate in North Yorkshire because there was an animal testing lab, Covance, down the road from where we lived. I told my mum, who's here today, that I want to protest and shut this place down, and I started doing talks at my school about animal testing and how we need to free all animals. That lab is now called LabCorp, and unfortunately beagles are still being sent there today from MBR Acres in Cambridgeshire. And that feeling, that sense of deep injustice never left me. Eventually I went vegan, I started campaigning, and in 2020 I joined Animal Rising. In 2022 we decided to go to MBR Acres and free the beagles. We were told it was impossible, that no one would be able to get through security and through those doors, but we did it twice. So in June 2022, 5 beagles were freed, and then exactly 6 months later, 18 beagles were freed. But that day was bittersweet. 18 beagles were freed, but 2 others, Love and Libby, were captured by police. As I ran across a field, away from MBR, with the puppy we named Love in my arms, the police were chasing me directly behind, but as me and Love ran across that field, he licked my face just like James liked licking my face, and he was wriggling around in my arms, excited. However, the police quickly caught up with us and took Love from my arms. Earlier this year, we went on trial. We were all arrested, we were charged with burglary, and went on trial in 5 different trial groups. And I want to read to you part of the statement that I read to the jury in my closing. Members of the jury, Love, as you may recall, is the puppy I took into my arms at MBR Acres. However, minutes later, he was in the back of a police car, and as I watched from the back of the adjacent police car, I saw him licking the policewoman's face, climbing on her lap, and wagging his tail. Sadly, Love was returned to MBR Acres days later, and I have thought so many times about the life that he almost had. He was so close to safety. He could have come home with me to London, to my husband and our dog, Oliver. He could have had toys, a soft bed, the freedom to run on Hackney marshes each morning, just as all dogs deserve. Instead, he went back to being number OM21066, one of many. I've described 2 lives for Love. One is a concrete cage, a ball on a chain, a needle in the heart, and a serial code for a name. And the other is a soft bed, walks in the outdoors, and a family who names him Love. Which of those 2 lives represents who we are as a nation of animal lovers? There is a world that we're trying to build, not a world without rules, but a world that lives up to the values we already hold. A world where ordinary people, when they see an animal suffering and scared, do not feel compelled to give up or look away, where the instinct to help, as I felt as a child, is not punished but celebrated, where love's story does not end at 16 weeks in a concrete cage. Love deserved that world, and so do all the ones who came after him. And now it's over to you, members of the jury. The decision is in your hands to decide whether this was a burglary or a puppy rescue. The jury decided that this was a rescue and not a burglary. My trial group and another trial group were found not guilty, and however 3 other trial groups were found guilty, so there's still a long way to go. But shortly after our trials, actually in fact during the final trial, my husband Wayne and over 100 people on the other side of the Atlantic rescued 22 beagles from Ridgeland Farms. And then just a few weeks later, 1,500 brave people attempted another rescue from the same facility. But this time the repression was brutal. They faced police violence, tear gas, rubber bullets. No beagles got out, but this made global news and built enough support and pressure to force Ridgeland to cave. And a couple of weeks ago, Ridgeland signed an agreement. 1,500 beagles were freed and are now living their best lives. And you may have seen the videos on social media of them feeling grass beneath their paws for the first time, beagles swimming in swimming pools, which is a sight I haven't seen before, and just playing with each other, just like all beagles should. And then Wayne came home with James to London. James, who loves to lick my face, loves cuddles, loves climbing on me at 3 a.m. He made it out and is living the life that love should have had. And this happened not because of one person. It happened because thousands of people who felt what you're feeling right now, what I felt as a child, decided to do something about it. Love represents all beagles that are still trapped at MBR acres and all the other animals that are trapped in cages in farms, in zoos, in aquariums. We owe it to him, and we owe it to every animal still inside to keep going. So please find us at animalrising.org. Sign up to find out how you can help to shut down MBR acres and free all animals from this oppression. Thank you so much.